Hello my night owls and welcome back to another video. We are doing another vlog. Nothing like the last video. It was funny how that video that I made. Anyways, so I've been posting on Twitter about getting this ride set up for college and stuff like that. And I wanted to go a little more into depth with it. But before that, I woke up this morning and today is December 1st. We're now in December going into Christmas and New Year's. And I woke up today feeling like crap, like absolutely crap. I was running to the bathroom. I got sick. It was not pretty. I'm feeling better now. I think whatever was in my system has finally worked its way out. So now it's like, oh, I'm good. I've been eating crackers. All day because I'm afraid to eat anything because I feel like if I eat something I'm gonna end up running to the bathroom. And I don't want to do that. Anyway, so bright side, I got all my Christmas shopping done. Almost all my Christmas shopping done. I need to get a few more things. But I pretty much got all my Christmas shopping done. And I'm very proud of myself. They all were delivered today and yesterday. So I'm ahead of the game. Woo! Anyways, so I got this letter and I got like a whole bunch of papers. I got a letter in the mail. And it's from Office for People with Development Disabilities. Like I told you, I am disabled. Well, I'm not disabled, like I can walk, but not as good as most people. So I have like a walking disability and sometimes I use my wheelchair or my walker to get to places. So I'm technically disabled. Self-direction service, approval of self-direction budget. So I've been working to get this budget for almost a whole year. We started it last year in October, I think. We started it in October of last year to get this budget going, which it should have been done a long time ago. I've been wanting to get this ride set up for a long time. And I have these coordinators, or service coordinators. They are from Arise, and I had this one girl, and I'm like, I want to set up a ride because I knew my mom was going to not be able to take me to college anymore, and I knew they could help me get a ride. We tried to get the ride set up way before my mom lost her car. We did it when I started going to college. I'm like, I'm going to start college and I want to get this ride set up. And she told me I shouldn't go to college until we get the ride set up. I'm like, no, I can still go to college. My mom could drive me back and forth and then we could set up the freaking college thing. Why can't I go to college when we can, still get the paperwork done and all that stuff like that? And have my mom drive me back and forth to college until we can fill out all the paper, get the work done, and then before she loses her car and stuff like that, then I would have a ride set up. But she told me to not go to college until we get it set up, but I didn't want to. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to start right away. And of course, because I didn't listen to her, I guess she didn't feel like wanting to set up the ride. So we never got it done. And I'm like, why couldn't I, still gone to college and we could have gotten the ride set up and stuff like that? That made no sense. What? I don't know. I don't understand. She's like, oh, don't go to college until we get this set up. And I'm like, nah, I'm going to college. I'm gonna start now. And I went and she, never tried to get the paperwork going. Nothing. So I'm like, okay, fine. But the thing is, then she's like, oh well, I'm leaving my work because I have to be home with my kids. And I'm like, okay. I don't even know the reason, but she had to go home. She had to be a stay-home mom with her kids. I'm like, okay, sure, yeah. So she went and quit her job, and then I ended up getting another girl, and I tried to get her to set up the freaking ride, and like she dragged her ass, and I'm just like, did somebody please set this ride up for me? But no one would set it up, and I'm like, you know what, fine, I'm gonna ask for a different person. So I asked for a different person, and now I got Jim. I always had girls. I never had a boy. I always had girls. And then Jim came into my life, and like, my life was changed for the better. And then this girl named Alicia, yes, she has the same name as me. My name is Alicia, and her name is Alicia. But she has a son that is disabled. He has a learning disability. He doesn't understand things right. Like us, some of us, we understand things, but he doesn't understand certain things, and he kind of acts out and stuff like that. But she knows like what it's like to be in that position and wanting to do stuff and can't because of her son. But I was walking one day from Walmart, and I was carrying a whole bunch of groceries, and she saw me, and she's like, is that Alicia? And so she pulled off to the side, and she's like, Alicia? I'm like, yeah, and I turned around, and there she was. I'm like, oh my god, hi! And she's like, hey! And she's like, do you need a ride? I'm like, oh my god, yeah. And she's like, where are you living? And I told her where I live. She got everything in her truck, and we talked, and she's like, how's things going? How's this? Do you have a job? Are you in college? What are you doing with your life? Blah, blah, blah. And when I told her I'm absolutely doing nothing. That's exactly I am for real. Like, I am stuck home every single flipping day, doing absolutely nothing. Because I don't have a ride. I don't have a ride anywhere, so I can't do anything if I don't have a ride. And she's like, what? You're not going to college, you don't have a job, you don't have this, and you don't have that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I don't have any of that. And she's like, what is your caseworker doing about it? They're called coordinators or caseworkers. And I'm like, nothing. I'm like, I keep asking them for things and stuff like that, and they're not doing their job. And she's like, Alicia, you need to call and ask for a new person. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Everyone's been telling me that for like ever, but I guess hearing her say that, I guess I got the courage to call. I don't know, I'm a weird person. But I called and I'm like, hi, I'm Alicia Freeman, and I need a new caseworker. And then lo and behold, they gave me Jim, and Jim reached out to me, and he's like, hi Alicia, I'm Jim, and I'm gonna be your new caseworker, and I would like to meet up with you. I'm like, okay, sure. So in October of last year, we got together, me, Alicia, and Jim all got together, and we talked about what needed to be done. And then we've been doing it. We've been setting up the ride for me to get back to college, and not just to get into college, but to get out into the world. Instead of sitting on my butt, I kind of hinted at this in some of my videos, how my life's getting better and things will be different in 2019 and stuff like that. Now here's my video telling you why. I am probably going to get busier as the ride is set up, because I'm going to be having someone with me all the time. Not all the time, but almost all the time during the days and stuff like that, to get a ride, to do different things, to go out and to get into the world. And I'm going to be going back to college, so I'm going to try to record videos as much as possible, but I'm going to be pretty busy. I'm hoping I'm not going to be too busy where I will slack on videos, but I'm not too sure until it's all set up and things get rolling and I get out into the world and get my schedule for college and stuff like that. But yeah, so we're getting it set up. We have one more meeting coming up, and we haven't set it up yet. I'm getting a phone call probably Monday about it to set up because today's Saturday, and I don't think anyone's working today. So Monday, somebody might call me and be like, hey, gonna set up the last meeting, and I'm gonna meet someone that's gonna I'm gonna meet probably a couple of people because they want me to kind of connect with that person, because they want it kind of like, they want you to be able to connect with a person, and well, like kind of like friends and stuff like that, so you guys can go and do things. Like, I want to get back in, I want to go and do gymming. I want to get into the gym because my doctor always told me that I need to get into exercising more, and I'm like, yeah, I want to exercise because like I told you guys about my heart, where it does like this weird thing, and then I looked it up I looked it up in the video about it, and it said something like you can have a heart attack, and that kind of scared me, and I really wanted to get back into exercising and things like that. And I thought about doing stuff at home, but for some reason I can't get myself like into it. It's because I don't have anyone to be like, hey, come on, let's do it. And like I like to do things together with people. It's like, if I'm trying to do it by myself, I would not be able to stick to it. So if I have someone there to like, hey, let's go, let's do it, and I'll be like, oh yeah, let's go, and I'll actually start doing it. So they'll get, like, the person will drive me to college, they will drive me to the gym so I can exercise. Like, they will do things with me. They'll go to the gym with me, and they'll exercise with me, and so like that. So they want me to meet a couple of people and talk with them and get to know them, and then try to connect with them, and then whoever I pick will drive me around, and I'll go and do things with them. So that's awesome. So I won't be just doing college, I'll going into the world and doing things. When I do things, anything with a person that drives me around, they have to pay for their own stuff. Like, if we go out to see a movie and they buy a ticket, then they will be reimbursed for the ticket and stuff like that. But if we go out to anything with the person that's driving me around and they buy like their food, they'll have to pay. We have to do separate checks. I have to pay for my food and he has to pay for their food. And then if we want to go to a concert, we pay for our tickets, and they will reimburse it. And then if I want to do anything with my best friend, the person can drive us. The person that I pick to drive me around can drive me to the movies with my best friend, and I can buy the tickets for my best friend. And if I want the guy that's with me, that drives me around, guy or girl, I should say, whoever's driving me around, if I want them to join in the movie, then they'll buy their ticket and they'll be reimbursed. But that money that I pay for the ticket out of my pocket won't be, like, they won't give me, like, the money won't come back. It'll be like, oh, you spent the money for your friend. It's just that. So whatever is paid for the person that's driving me around, they will be reimbursed for everything. Anything that I buy or I buy for my best friend will not be reimbursed, pretty much. I'm trying to explain it in a way that I hope you guys understand. So whatever they buy will be reimbursed. Whatever I buy or buy from my friend will not be reimbursed. I hope you guys understand that. I got the budget approved recently, which they said it was sent out November 27th. So it's been approved since then. But it's been approved, but it won't become effective until December 1st, which is today. So today my budget became effective, meaning that I now have a budget, and then we have to call somebody from direct service will call me and set up a day for me it will be me, Jim, Alicia, Kaylee, I think that's her name, Kaylee, and a couple other people. We're gonna have a meeting, I don't know where we're gonna have this meeting because we've been having the meetings at my house. But if there's gonna be a lot more people coming to this meeting, I might have to ask them to have the meeting somewhere else due to the lack of space in my apartment. Because my apartment is big, but not like that big. Like only like maybe a handful, like 5 people could sit in here. But if we're gonna have more than a handful of people sitting in this house, we might have to go to a different place. And now we are just waiting on them to call me. I'm hoping it's Monday that they'll call me to set up the meeting to meet up and stuff like that. But I'm not too sure until it happens. So I got the budget, and then eventually we'll set up the rides and stuff like that to get to do other things. Yeah, they said I can get to go I could go to the gym, I can get into a club, I can go and do different clubs like painting, I can go and do a painting class, I can do, there's this one club that I saw that they signed me up for this thing where I can get like emails for different clubs that are out there. And there's one that I was really interested in, but I need a camera for because it is a turfography? Is that how you say it? I can't say it right, the name of it. It's a turfography class. I'm probably saying that wrong, I'm sorry. And you need an actual camera. You can't have your phone, like, you can't just go show up with your cell phone and be like, yeah, I'm here for the topography club, and I want to take pictures with my phone. No, you actually have to have an actual camera. So I can get to do that if I can buy myself a camera. And they'll help me with bills. I'm just excited about it because, like, I want to get out more. I don't like staying home. Like, I do like staying home sometimes, but, like, I've been craving to go out because I love this house. I love my apartment, but staying in here every single day, 24/7 in a house, that's like jail. You might as well just take me to jail and throw me in it. Or prison. It's kind of like prison. You sit here and you get to stare at the same walls every single day. I've been passing the time by making videos. Making these videos is the only thing that's kind of making me sane. Well, except for that and my best friend. She's been keeping me sane. But, like, being stuck in here 24/7 every single day is just, it will make a person go crazy. I'm surprised I haven't gone crazy. But I'm already crazy. Got no one to talk to, no one comes visits me. Like, it's not fun being here. It feels like I'm actually in prison. I feel like I'm in prison, and no one's coming to visit me. No one, there's so many days where I felt like no one cared about me because no one, no, my mom calls me sometimes, but she's been busy since she started working, which everything with my mom has gone a lot better. She finally got a job, she finally got a place, so things are going, the thing is, everything happened for me, and then everything happened to my mom, so it all happened at the same exact time. I got this all set up, and my mom's like, oh, I got a place, and oh, I got a job, and all this like that, and I'm like, oh, really? And I'm getting this budget set up. My life started to turn around, and then my mom's life started to turn around. And it was so funny, because she called me, and she's like, I have great news. I'm like, oh, really? Because I got great news, too. And she's like, I got a place, and I got a job. And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, oh, I'm getting this budget set up, and yeah, so everything, it all happened all together, so things are turning around for my mom, and things are turning around for me, and I'm, super happy about it. A lot of things that I have in my life are mostly paid by the government. Like, my SSI checks come from the government, everything just comes from the government. I pretty much live off the government, and I hate it, but what is a girl gonna do? You can't just not live off the government, because if you don't, if if I didn't accept my SSI checks and I didn't accept my food stamps and stuff like that, I'll be homeless and I'll be starving. I wouldn't be able to do the things that I do right now. And if I didn't have my disability, I probably could work an actual job, but I can't because I have a disability. So I don't like my disability because sometimes I feel like I can do things. Like I can get a job. I do have a walking disability and it's hard for me to do certain things, but like I can work a job, but it's so hard because like I want to do these things, but it's like my body physically won't let me. Like I don't know, like I want to go and work a job, but standing on my feet for a long period of time, it starts killing my back. I can't stand on my feet for too long because then my back would start hurting really badly, and I just can't handle it. On a scale of 1 to 10 for pain wise, it would be almost a 10, like a 9.5. 9.5 for the pain that I feel when I'm just on my feet for too long. It is that bad. And I feel useless. Like, I'm like, I can do this. Why can't I do this? And the thing is, it's because of my disability. It won't let me. Even though I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do it, I can do this job, and then I get to do it, and I'm like, is that how like I feel like I'm like okay, to put this in perspective, I used to work at Cracker Barrels and I loved the job. The job was so awesome. But I also made a lot of videos of complaining about that job. The thing is, I love that job a lot because I love working with food. I love cooking. That's like kind of my passion is cooking, and I wanted to run my own business. I wanted to run a restaurant one day or something like that. And I was taking cooking classes. I took cooking classes when I was in school. When I graduated from school, I went in and started doing these cooking classes with this guy named Ed he taught people how to cook, and he was a good teacher. And then after that, he got me a job into Cracker Barrel, and I was very thankful for that because he said that his job was to find, like, right after I graduated his class, he would find me a job, and that's exactly what he did. He taught me everything he knew. I graduated, and he found me a job, and I was super excited for it, and I got into the job, and I started working it, and the hours were good. They weren't too bad. They were good hours. Everything was going dandy. I loved it. But then things turned into kind of like a nightmare for me. Kind of. The holidays were coming around. Of course, around the holidays, things get busy. And we had a special meal that you can get around for the holidays. And of course, everyone loved that special meal and everyone was coming for it. So we got super duper busy and my hours got longer. And I was on my feet for longer. They didn't give me any breaks, which was wrong of them. They never gave me a break. They made me work really long hours. And by the time the end of the shift was done, I wanted to crawl in a hole and die. Like, my back hurt so bad that I felt like it was going to break. And of course, I didn't want to give up on this job. And it just proceeded to get worse. The things got longer. I worked shifts all by myself, which was scary because I never worked shifts all by myself. Like, it was just me in the back. I used to work with two girls. Well, it used to be me and this one other lady, and they used to help me out and stuff like that. But then they decided, oh, it's time for you to work in the kitchen all by yourself. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I can barely lift heavy things. Sometimes you have to lift heavy things, and I can barely lift heavy things. I just couldn't do it anymore. And of course, they hired someone, and then they got fired because they were kind of a douche, so they got fired, and I took on all his hours, and I was like screaming for someone to help me. Like I remember my breaking point. I remember it so bad. I got home from work. I just got done with a long freaking shift. I was exhausted. I was in so much pain. I felt like I was going to die because I was in so much pain. And I called my best friend and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I just broke down sobbing and crying. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't do this anymore. And she's like, Alicia, you need to quit this job. So I quit. And another thing that kind of gave, I had to give up my job is because around that time I was starting college. So I was trying to work my hours for college and my hours for work at the same time, and everything got all messed up and things didn't work out. And there was days where I had to be at work, but I also had to be in college for a class, and I'm like, you know what, I can't do that. So I ended up quitting my job because I wanted to do college. So I quit my job and went straight into college. Anyways, my night owls. I hope this helped you guys understand what I meant about getting the whole ride set up for college. And it's just not for college, it's for me to get out into the world and to do other things besides sit at home all day. I will make videos as much as I can. I'm hoping it doesn't interfere with me making videos. I normally record on Saturdays and Sundays, and Saturdays and Sundays are my days off, but I also sometimes do record during the week, like, because I'm like, oh, I can record Saturday and Sunday, that's cool, but then I'm like, what happens if I don't feel like recording Saturday and Sunday? I should have a day during the week to record. So sometimes during the week I will record, or I just wait until Saturday and Sunday and then I record. But I'm hoping that it doesn't interfere, or me doing all this will interfere with me doing videos. But if it does, I will make a video to explain what's going on, and I will try my best to continue on making videos. Anyways, my night owls, this video is very long and I need to edit it down. Anyways, my night owls, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see all you beautiful night owls in the next video. Goodbye.